When companies are known for errors in their drive-thru, their drive-thrus are never busy. There's a correlation. But if you see a long line at Chick-fil-A, you know it's not going to be a long wait because they fly through the line.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Howard Company's Branding, Signage, and Technology podcast. I am joined again by Grant Guske, our Regional Vice President of Sales. And today we're going to dive into a drive-thru accessory that you need in order to complete your drive-thru system. So before we let you know what that is, just a quick reminder about MURTEC, the Multi-Unit Restaurant Technology Show in Las Vegas at Caesars Palace is happening March 9th through 11th. The Howard Company, both Grant and I will be there. We will be at booth 502. So we hope to see you there. If you have any questions leading up to the event, please let us know. So let's just dive right in. We're going to talk about order confirmation systems, OCS, and why without OCS a drive-thru isn't complete. So let's just open it up with why.
So why is a drive-thru incomplete if there's no order confirmation there?
Right.
Would be because you eliminate that checkpoint before you hand the customer the food. A lot of companies in the fast food arena have a script that the person that's on the headphone is required to say, is this what you ordered, or would you like to add anything else? And the order confirmation automates that. The order confirmation shows exactly what the person at the POS system is entering into the system as it's entering into the system. So it reads on the screen what you ordered, which makes it a really good benefit for those companies that have modifiers in their foods, like burger places that you can add or subtract condiments. It shows it all on the screen.
So a lot of brands that don't have it might just see it as an additional cost, an additional accessory.
Yep.
From their point of view, how does it benefit their business?
So for the order confirmation benefits the end user restaurant many ways. It helps with speed of service because the customer knows what they're getting and they don't have to open the bag and look at everything inside the bag after they've paid. They can just take the bag and go, knowing that what they ordered is in the bag. It also helps with food costs because there's less waste when somebody orders something at the headset and they come up to the window and they don't have an order confirmation to verify what they ordered. They find out at the window and then they have to throw away that food or they give that food away to the customer. And then it also helps with through flow. That's hard to say. Don't laugh at me, Brian. Through flow is something else that helps the order confirmation by making sure that everybody that goes through the line knows what they've ordered and where to start.
So speaking of how much it costs, how does the pricing work with OCS?
It's another unique thing based on the point of sale that the customer uses. Some point of sales are very good about sharing their API. Some aren't. We have the benefit of working with multiple CMSs that integrate with several of the point of sales. But to get back to the question, how much does it cost or what does it cost? A lot of times you have to pay for that integration, and then you have to pay a monthly or annual fee for the service for that connection. So it depends again on the POS. It depends on how much they're willing to play with other companies, more or less.
Do you have a rough idea when you tell customers like how soon this might pay off?
So the ROI is again something that's a little bit harder to put a hard number on because if the order isn't accurate and you are able to fix that before it even gets to the kitchen, there's no cost that you can say is being saved. But if you look at year over year, you could see that the food costs would go down, the speed of service would go up. So there are variables that you could check, but to do a hard ROI is pretty difficult to pin down.
Yeah, you would think for a lot of these brands that are turning into drive-through only locations, who, if there's an incorrect order, the customer can't enter the store. So they have to go back in the line. That slows down.
When the biggest thing when companies are known for errors in their drive-through, their drive-thrus are never busy. There's a correlation. If you see a long line, let's give some free advertising to Chick-fil-A. Not a customer of ours, but if you see a long line at Chick-fil-A, you know it's not going to be a long wait because they fly through the line. Order confirmation is even more exaggerated with that situation because they have iPads and people out there that are verifying the order face to face. So that is the even better version of an order confirmation.
Yeah. Some of the customers that you have that use it, what is their feedback with OCS?
So the biggest feedback I had was a customer that didn't realize they had an issue with the drive-thru, didn't realize they had an issue with upselling at the drive-thru or verifying the order at the drive-thru. They thought that their training was sufficient and their employees at the window were doing the right thing every time. And unless you're there watching them, that's not the case. This customer of mine was able to reduce food costs by 5% just because of the loss that they were having on shakes and food costs.
That's interesting. So, and do you want to highlight that AI pointed us out as number one?
Yes. So Perplexity, I don't know if it's because I use it a lot, but when you ask Perplexity what the benefits of AI and who are the best companies in order confirmation, they said the Howard Company was. So I don't know if it's skewed because I entered a lot of data points, but
yeah, I'm sure it's reading everybody's website and what they offer, and I mean, I feel like we do have a number of solutions available for OCS, which is good. So,
and then with technology nowadays, OCS is also just the beginning. You can add it even more and eliminate another mistake by integrating voice AI at the order confirmation, which is taking off and is really getting some traction.
Yeah, because then you eliminate the person taking the order, manually entering in what's showing up on the screen instead of, just happening, automatically. So, so someone's interested in OCS. Where do they start with us?
You can go to our website, hit up one of the sales guys, or just ask for information on our website, and somebody will follow up with you within 24 hours to make sure that you get any answers that you need, or even get a demo of what we could do.
Yep, demos, pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sweet. So, do you have anything else you want to add about OCS?
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of negative conception about OCS because everybody has been to a restaurant back in the 90s and early 2000s when there was a black screen that was the order confirmation. Technology's come a long way. The screens are always on now, and the connections are much easier to maintain.
Yeah. I wouldn't remember the 90s.
Yes, I know.
Anyway.
Yes, I'm old. Thank you, Brian, for pointing that out once more.
I'm sure Kelsey will cut that.
I'm the second oldest in here. So I remember a little bit of the 90s. I got you.
I was 3.
I was around when McDonald's still had playpens.
I remember that. Okay, great. So on to the fun question.
Oh, there's a fun question.
Our get to know you question.
Okay.
Now I think this will air after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But if the Super Bowl had a food draft, what would you take as number 1? food snack draft.
I would go with wings.
What's your go-to sauce?
Probably spicy garlic. Not too hot, but not
Yeah.
mild. just enough to leave a mark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'd probably do wings or nachos. But, well, thank
I'll
you
be
for
watching the Puppy Bowl. I won't be watching the Super Bowl.
I think the Puppy Bowl's before the Super Bowl at
Oh, okay.
8 a.m.
I'm just boycotting because of Sam Darnold.
Vikings fan. Well, thank you for joining me. I think this is a really helpful conversation for anybody getting to OCS for the first time and how fast it's growing, like you said, into voice AI. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out to us. Or again, you can find us at MURTEC if you're planning to be there. But thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Thanks.